Chapter 109. He is the man destined to face the catastrophe, nurtured with all the might of his clan. In the imperial city of Great Zhou, the night sky draped like a curtain. The Phoenix Luan Hall was still brightly lit. Through jade stairs and pearl curtains, whiffs of perfume wafted from the purple gold beast furnace, green smoke curling slowly. An old eunuch with snowy temples sought audience with Her Majesty the Empress. It wasn't until after a long wait that the inner servant announced his arrival and he stepped into the great hall. The ruler of a country, Empress Lu Yunzi of Great Zhou, dressed in a fierce fire dragon robe, fastened her hair with a hairpin of dragon dancing to Phoenix's song. She sat cross-legged on a cushion, surrounded by piles of paper scrolls and case briefs that stacked up like mountains on her desk. Holding the vermilion brush and annotating a variety of jade slips, she frowned slightly at the old eunuch's sudden intrusion. "Eunuch, what brings you to me? You may discuss state affairs with the Prime Minister." "Your Majesty." The old eunuch glanced at the dozen or so mysterious Taoists seated on either side of the hall. These cultivators, serving as palace guards, meditated with their eyes closed. Their strong aura was not to be overlooked. The Empress spoke indifferently. "Eunuch, please proceed. There are no outsiders here." The old eunuch bowed. "Your Majesty, half an hour ago, a powerful sword cultivator made a move that brought about celestial phenomena. His sword severed a mountain peak. The North Sea Prefect reported a fierce battle between great powers, with sword ki crisscrossing and unparalleled sword intent. The local prefect has not yet reported, which is quite peculiar." A sword cutting off a peak indicates an extraordinary existence indeed. Empress Lu Yunzi set aside the memorials she was approving, her expression becoming slightly serious. Although Great Zhou was backed by the Immortal Gate, the number of cultivators who could sever a peak with a single sword stroke, inducing celestial phenomena, wasn't many. Most of them were cultivators dispatched by the Immortal Gate, stationed at the four borders of Great Zhou to maintain stability in various provinces and prefectures. Currently, such an institution was known as the Celestial Office. The Celestial Office's title conveyed a measure of reverence to Wuliang Tian, a kind of laissez-faire attitude towards the nine heavens, a necessary measure. Thus, cultivating cultivators was highly important to Great Zhou. Even a cultivator possessing a nascent soul or a golden core was extremely rare. Not to mention sword cultivators known for their slaughter, who were willing to give their lives for Great Zhou. The old eunuch continued. In addition to sword ki, a surge of demon ki alarmed many nearby cultivators who sensed the residual demon ki. Thus, it was concluded that a demon cultivator was battling the sword cultivator, and the magic treasure used by the sword cultivator was likely an immortal artifact. An immortal's word? The Empress voice grew stern. "Are you sure the North Sea Prefect's letter was not erroneous?" Proud sword cultivators were rare in the world, only glimpsed in Fuyao State. Immortal artifacts were the most powerful magic treasures of their time. Once employed, they possessed the power to destroy a city or a country. In over 1,000 years since Great Zhou was established, ruling the heaven and earth of the Central Earth for so long, it did not possess even a single immortal artifact to consolidate the country's luck. It was known that Emperor Yu, the first human emperor of the human race thousands of years ago, owned 9 immortal cauldrons that suppressed the 9 provinces of Central Earth. He was regarded as the supreme among both the mortal realm and cultivation world. The chances of a mistake are slim. The old eunuch replied respectfully. With a sharp gaze, Empress Lu Yunzi looked at one of the Taoists standing at her side, issued a command. "Investigate." The Taoist opened his eyes, his gaze tranquil. He raised a finger, touched the void, and a light screen appeared in the Great Hall. The location of the severed mountain peak was displayed on it. Gesturing with his hand, the Taoist drew in a trace of ki from thousands of miles away, through the screen. After carefully sensing it and confirming, he replied to the Empress. "Indeed, it has the aura of an immortal artifact. However, besides the aura of the immortal sword, there is also the aura of a magic weapon. 2 immortal artifacts, a Venus." The Empress's eyes brightened. She scoffed. "Wuliang Tian has kept the turmoil in the cultivation world over the past year hidden from me. Now, it seems, things are gradually coming to light. Investigate this thoroughly, don't startle the snake in the grass. Yes. One of the Taoists took a step back and soon disappeared from the Great Hall. Upon seeing the Taoist disappear from the Great Hall, the old eunuch's eyelids twitched. The celestial office of the Great Zhou dynasty, renowned and mysterious, was the institution Wuliang Tian used to recruit cultivators for the mortal realm. Ordinary cultivators turned pale upon hearing that the celestial office was getting involved. The supreme hall of the Dragon Sparrow sect was perched high among the clouds. Yun Zuzi was happily playing a game of Go with Elder Zhang. However, at a certain point, Elder Zhang's move slightly hesitated. It's successful. Oh? Upon hearing Elder Zhang make this remark, Yun Zuzi's eyes lit up. The chosen one for the tribulation is confirmed. Elder Zhang affirmed conclusively. How did Elder determine this? Yun Zuzi asked. Elder Zhang gave a faint smile and explained, the chosen one for the tribulation can ultimately resolve cause and effect and tribulation's person chosen by heaven. There are not many people who qualify for this. They have to have a certain characteristic. That's why, in this journey, I calculated that there would be a significant tribulation. Therefore, I had the sect master assign this special task to Chu Shanyu deliberately, guiding her to seek Han Yi. All of this is to know Ho is the key person who can resolve the tribulation. After listening, Yun Zuzi could not help but agree, indeed, this method is subtle. The person who could overcome the tribulation had the ability to undo the tribulation. So let them try. Whoever had significance was the chosen one for the tribulation. Before Elder Zhang could speak, he added, besides, wasn't the sect master worried about the influence of the demon chart on our sect coveting the Immortal Gate? I set up this game to make the Immortal Gates suspicious of each other so that they can't take our sect into account. Right now, Wuliang Tian probably has already discovered the actions of the other 9 heavens behind its back. Yun Zuzi laughed, you are still as ruthless and cunning as before. Unaffected, Elder Zhang calmly said, the environment of 9 heavens and 10 earths ultimately serves self-interest. Wuliang Tian holds the highest position among the 9 heavens. Other immortal gates will inevitably take measures from concealed corners. This is just an opportunity I'm giving them. Surviving the tribulation, self-protection, 2 birds, 1 stone. If Han Yi can resolve this tribulation and has the ability to reverse misfortune and fortune, he is the chosen one for the tribulation. The sect master should devote all the sect's resources to his cultivation. Yun Zuzi's eyes flickered. He nodded in admiration. I understand. But are you sure your body can handle the frequent use of immortal techniques to alter fate? How did true immortal Tianji die? He knew clearly. Peering too much into destiny had led to his death from the heavenly Tao backlash. Yun Zuzi was sincerely concerned about Elder Zhang's physical condition. Don't you really need to find a disciple to inherit your mantle? Elder Zhang shook his head. It is extremely difficult for ordinary people to master it. Even if they do, they may not survive until the end. Well, it's a pity for such a talent like Han Yi. Yun Zuzi's tone was somewhat regretful. Although the person who should face the tribulation appeared awesome and brilliant, they would end up dead in the end. The destiny and heavenly secrets were both half empty and half full. They mutually supplemented and replaced each other. With life, there was death. With death, there was life. If the sect wanted to live, it must find a substitute.